to today's Sunday watch list. To any of you guys who are watching us at a future date and time, what's good, everyone? We hope you guys are all doing fabulous here today on this beautiful Sunday. So it's great to see everyone here. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with today's Sunday watch list. We're going to go over our three main pairs for the week: gold, US 30, and NASDAQ. To anyone who is watching us live in real time, if you guys have any other pairs that you guys want us to go over, feel free to type them out in the chat and we'll run through those as quick as we can. So first off, we're going to mark out our high of day here, being provided to us by that New York session on gold, sitting at 46.32. Moving forward, we're now going to mark out our low of day, which is being provided to us by what seems to be this Frankfurt session. So that's going to be coming in at 45.29. Now once we have that marked up, we're going to head over to Thursday's trading day, which is the previous trading session before Friday, which means we're going to mark out our previous high of day. So this is coming to us again from the highest point within session. It is at 45.41, being provided to us by that New York session. Now we're going to have to zoom in just a little bit and see what we have here for our previous low of day. As far as a previous low of day goes, it looks like it's going to be pre-New York. So this is the lowest point again within our color-based sessions. So now that you guys have all those zones marked up, what you want to do is go onto your highest time frame, which is the weekly time frame for us, and we're now going to mark out our supply and demand levels. Starting with this weekly area of demand, you have 41.20, which is our weekly area for buys. And if we're looking for some short positions, we're going to be looking at the 5,095 level. So again, 50.95 is going to be our weekly area of supply. Again, these are both the last candles, the previous contrary candles before it pushed to the upside, as well as a push to the downside when we're referring to our areas of supply here. Now we're going to head over to the daily time frame, which is the next time frame in the next step whenever we're doing our top-down analysis. So for our daily, it looks like we have something in confluence with our previous high day. I'm going to mark this in a darker blue color just so we know the difference, but it looks like it's sitting at 45.40 there. And we're also going to mark out this area here just so we can have a little bit of more context to work with. And this is at 44.37. Now that you guys have those areas marked up, we're also going to mark out our areas of supply. Now here it looks like we have a supply that was I guess we can still consider this valid, you guys. So this is still a valid area of supply. I was going to say this is a little bit used, but as you can see, I don't want to give too much sauce just because we're going to be on YouTube, but you guys know the engulfment came afterwards, even though it was the fourth candlestick. But yes, it is still considered fresh, as we no longer are tapping into that price range, into what is this, 46.50 price level, right? So in current times, the market hasn't pulled back. We're still able to use both of these areas for our buys as well as our longs. Now we're going to head over to our 4-hour time frame. Now that we're on the 4-hour time frame, you guys, what we're going to do is look to stack multiple time frames in confluence with each other, starting with this 4-hour area of demand. Now this is a little bit used up, so we're going to mark it in a orange color. And when it comes to marking a true area of demand that is still fresh and valid, we have 44.94. And again, the area that was used was sitting at 45.33. Now again, we also are met with another used area of 4-hour demand, which we're able to mark out once again at 46.04. Now this one we're going to mark out in a red color, although it is very likely that the market will come down and retest that 4600 level, even 4605, whatever it may be. But since it is already used up, it becomes a lower probability automatically. Now we're going to head over to our 4-hour areas of supply and see what we have to work with. We do have an area here at 46.89, so this is a very fresh and clean zone for us to work with. We even have another one all the way up at 47.37, just in case we do break past them, right? Or even sometimes what the market will do, you guys, again, just a little bit quick sauce. And remember, you guys, we are recording this for anyone who is not able to pull back or to pull up to the live session, as well as to all the people out there in the public stream on YouTube. What's going on, future YouTube people? So again, here we have this 4-hour area of supply. Sometimes what the market does is it will give us a reaction out of it, and then maybe in the next coming days, what it does is it breaks above and follows up to that next area of supply. So that being said, we're gonna head down to our, what is this now, the 1 hour time frame. I was gonna say the 4 hour, but we just did that. So now we're gonna be on our hourly time frame, and on this hourly time frame we're also met with a 1 hour area of demand. As we can see, the market has already pulled back and used it, so once again we're gonna mark this in a red color. Looks like New York's been active, the gold's been moving in the past couple of days, and we're also met again with another H1 area of supply that is used. These are a little bit lower probability setup levels, but again, since they're there, we're still gonna mark them. But again, nothing really too much in my preference, or nothing that really catches my attention. And let's actually see if there's anything else a little bit lower down here. This is a little bit more of a stacked area, so we can see here we have a somewhat of a used area, so we'll mark this here H1 at 45.27. And if we're looking for a true area of demand, the highest probability, highest quality setup is going to lie in the 44.91 and 44.94 area, right? So again, this is our 1 hour mixed with our our 1 hour mixed with our 4 hour areas of demand. So we're going to go a little bit back in time and see if we have anything that is in confluence with these dailies, as well as these H4 areas of supply that we have up top here, which again we do hopefully have this one a little bit used up, so we'll mark it in a orange color. And when it comes to this area here of supply, this one is still fresh, so we'll mark that down there. And you even have a slightly used area here. So all of these levels are able to be used. All you got to do is find the most stacked areas with the most confluences and the most time frames in alignment, which means we have 4689 and 4692. That's one possible area. We also have 4670s as a possible zone, and 4650s, which so far is looking like one of the highest quality setups so far. Now we're going to head on down to our lower time frames, mark out our 30-minute areas of supply and demand, starting off with this 30-minute at 45.40, as well as, let's see if we have any other demand zones. I mean, like I said, I guess we can mark these areas here if we're able to pull back, get a solid reaction, nice entry confirmations, that'd be great. 4603 seems to be that level there for that 30-minute area of demand. Now, with that being said, let's go back and recap. So we're now on the hourly time frame. Really what we're looking for coming into the Frankfurt, London session, or even New York session, is a pullback into these areas of demand, possible longs around here as a retest with the proper confirmations on our lower time frame. And when it comes down to our areas of supply, again, this is honestly a really solid setup for sells here as well, as long as we're able to again go back in time into our 15, 5, and 3 and 1 time frames and find other areas that we're able to utilize, other price levels that we're able to use in order for us to actually gain a solid confirmation out of. So again, those are two setups, and of course if this area doesn't activate, well, then you can even look to play the 4690s zone up here, right? And especially if you guys are looking to swing this trade right here. So for example, here there's one opportunity to swing, you have one here, and if the market comes down, perfect, and if it decides to go up, you can scale into that position. But again, this is a little bit more of an advanced concept to all my GCG traders out there. So with that being said, we're now going to head into our US 30 chart. Let's go ahead and clear this out. Same thing, we're going to head out to our 5-minute time frame and now mark our highs and lows of day. We have 53.256 as our high of day being provided to us by that New York session. And let's go ahead and zoom in. It looks like Frankfurt is being very, very kind and providing us with a low of day. Now this is at 52.799. Now we're going to head over to Thursday's trading day. Oh, what the heck did I just move? There we go. We're going to head over to Thursday's trading day now and see exactly what the market has been up to. So seems like we might have sort of a tie. So it's 53.508. It's between that Frankfurt and that London session as our previous high of day, and definitely looking at this New York session for our previous low of day. And it looks like this area, let's see, yep, so it looks like 52,990 is going to be our previous low day. Again, this is the lowest point that is still within our color based sessions. Now we're going to head over to the weekly time frame, do the same exact thing, you guys. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing here is repeating the same exact process because we know this is what works. So we have 52,535 as our weekly area of demand here. Now when it comes to supplies, really, since we've been working with all-time highs in the past couple of days, there's still no true area of supply, and let's see if there's something on the daily. We might be lucky on the daily, so let's go ahead and check that right now. So again, 53,535 is going to be your area of longs, area of demand. Now if we head back in time here, there was definitely this area that was used, so we can mark this in a red color. There you go. Now again, there's several areas of daily supply that have all been used up by the market. The most recent one is actually kind of where price action is at right now, so it's at 53,286. Now again, it looks like the market is already sort of breaking above it, so we're just gonna have to see what happens over the next couple of minutes. Now we have 53,645 as a used area of daily supply. Again, not really the best, but again, that's all we have to work with right now. That's just simply what the market is giving us. We also have 52,865 as our daily area of demand. Once again, we're going to mark this in a red color because there really isn't anything solid for us to go based off of. No areas that are fresh. These are all used up. Now again, this is volume leaving the market down here at 50,852, so we'll go ahead and mark this there as well in an orange color. And like I said, there is no true areas of demand, no fresh areas, unfortunately, on the daily time frame. So we're going to skip down onto the 4-hour, and right away I spot a beautiful area of 4-hour supply in confluence with this previous high a day. We also have this 4-hour demand in confluence with low a day, as well as this used daily area of demand that we just mentioned. Now this is sitting at 52,832 there, and let's see if there's anything else slightly above. Now it looks like it's going to be it. So again, this is just what we have there on the 4-hour time frame. Now we're going to scale down to the hourly time frame and see what we're working with here. Once again, we have two different areas of hourly demand. Now it looks like this one might still be valid. Yeah, so this one is still valid, you guys. Again, it hasn't been pulled back into, so that's at 53,223 there. Now again, we also have a used area down there. I don't know if you guys really want to mark that, but yeah, I guess you could if you'd like. I would even mark this one. So again, I wouldn't mark the one that we just mentioned, but I would probably mark this one here. This is still fresh, and the fact that it is in confluence with a previous low of day means that there was definitely buyer participation sitting at that price level. Now same thing goes here for this hourly demand zone all the way down here in confluence with our H4 daily as well as that low of day. So again, this is sitting at 52,824, you guys. So we're going to mark those areas down there. And once again, did I mark our supply? I don't believe so. Let's go ahead and double check. Yeah, I did not. So we are met with an area of hourly supply here at 53,375. Let's go ahead and mark that. And you're also very lucky and fortunate enough to have another area of hourly supply zone sitting here, which seems to be 53,473. So we're going to go ahead and mark that area right there. Again, you can even mark this one, but this is volume leaving the market, so these two are a little bit higher when it comes to terms of probabilities. Now let's go ahead and do our 30-minute time frame. Again, you are met with a 30-minute area for your longs there at 53,203. So we're going to go ahead and mark that right there. You also have, again, probably the same thing. Yep, we have 52,974, and more than likely we're going to be met with a area of demand all the way down here if we're fortunate. Let's see. Yep, I mean, that's pretty solid. So we're going to go ahead and mark that there. We could even mark it in a darker blue just so we can kind of differentiate our lower time frame, and that's going to be at 52,824. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go on to a 4 or even hourly time frame so we can give a quick recap on kind of what's going on with US 30. So once again, we're looking for potential shorts around this H4 if we get the proper confirmation, or excuse me, this H1 if we get the proper confirmation. But what is higher in probabilities is this area up here at 53,470s and even 53,500s, right? So it's about this little range here. This is mainly the setup that we're going to be looking for this week, coming into the New York, coming into whatever days the market decides to pull back into it. That is going to be one of the highest probability setups in terms of short positions. Now, if we're looking for your longs, again, you have several areas. You have 53 200s as an area for your longs. Got that H1, M30, and again, I'm sure if you guys go onto your lower time frames, you're able to find those there. Now, again, you also have some other areas of demand here at 52 790s all the way through the 830s. Again, you have this M30, you have an hourly time frame and a previous low day here sitting between 52 970 to the 990s area. So all of these three zones can give us potential buys. All it is for us to determine the probabilities and find the proper entry confirmations. This way we can get a high probability trade. Now, it's going to bring us into our final pair of the day, which is going to be NASDAQ. And again, we're going to do so by marking out our highs and lows of the day once more. The same system, the same process over and over again, because consistency beats anything of the market. Now we have 29,466 coming in from that pre-New York session. So we're going to go ahead and mark that point there. And we also have 29,151 as our low of day down there. And if we look for our previous high day, it's being provided to us by this London session. So we have 29,601 right there as our previous high day coming in from that Thursday's trading day. We also have a previous low day being provided to us by the Kind session of New York, sitting at 29,199. So once again, we're going to repeat the same boring old process because that's exactly what makes us money here on the charts. Now I'm going to mark this weekly all the way down here just because I spotted that. So again, a little bit further out, but I mean, eventually the market's going to pull back into it. Whenever there's a recession, whenever there's a big drop in the market, just know these levels will get used. It doesn't matter if it's 10 years, 5 years, 100 years down the line, but these levels are all eventually going to get pulled back and tapped into and be used. So again, we have 29,452 as our area for weekly shorts and for our supply zones. Now we're going to head down to our daily. So it looks like NASDAQ is providing us with a weekly and also a daily area of supply, whereas US 30 was only providing us with it looks like a daily. So again, this is sitting at 29,699 level there for your shorts. And if we look for some buys, you're met with this area all the way down at 28,612. So we're going to go ahead and mark this there once again as our daily area of demand. You can even mark this there as our backup sort of demand zone. Again, not really the greatest at 29,050. But again, it's volume leaving the market, and to those of you guys who are in the GCG community, you guys know exactly what this means. Now, to again anyone who is watching this on YouTube for free in the public, shout out to you guys. Thank you all for showing up. We got some stuff coming very soon for you guys, right? And it's all gonna be for free, just in case you guys have been scammed or fucking lied to by these gurus. Don't worry, man. The GCG team got y'all. But once again, we are met with this 4-hour area of supply sitting at 29,991. If my eyes do me good, yep, I'm a little bit blind, but there it is. We're able to read that down there, or up there I should say. And we also have what seems to be another 4-hour area. I mean, there's sort of a congestion here, right? There's a lot of consolidation going on at this price range. This is a used area of demand, not really the greatest there at 29,296. Again, you guys, sort of these setups are not the ones that we're really looking forward to. Once we break out of that sort of congestion, like I mentioned, that's when we really see some clean moves. But again, it's just simply what the market is giving us as of now. And we also have our 4-hour area of supply sitting at 29,488. And again, this is sort of a used area already. Again, the market is sitting within that price level right now, so we're just gonna have to wait, be patient, right? That's all it is. If there's no setups, you guys, there's no need to trade. You don't gotta force anything. No one's gonna tell you and point a gun at your head and say, hey man, you gotta trade this right now. No one's doing that, you guys. So again, just be patient, stay calm, and everything will play out perfectly fine. We have 29,400 as a used area of 1-hour supply zone. Once again, we even have this hourly demand. Not really in confluence with that 4-hour. It's also used. mark that in a red color. So really nothing that is screaming high probability or even medium probabilities when it comes to NASDAQ, unless we're referring to this weekly and daily combo all the way down here. That's really the only setups that I see. Of course, that doesn't mean that the market isn't going to move. That's not the case. It just means that our probabilities and our capital is going to stay reserved until it is time for us to truly deploy a reasonable amount of size, right? And that's all it is with trading, you guys. It's really simple. You find your levels. If they're not there, it's all good. Just wait a few days, wait a few hours. The market's always going to move. It's always going to present you an opportunity, and that's why we do a multi-asset, multiple time frame analysis. Why? It's because if one market doesn't do it, another one will, and it's simple. So again, you're also met with this H1 area of demand. Seems like it's still valid at 29.25. So again, that is likely going to end off our Sunday watch list session here. If you guys have any other questions, comments, or concerns about these pairs or any other pairs, feel free to type them in the chat. And once again, to all the GCG community, once I'm done screen recording this session here for the YouTube, we have a few announcements to make. So again, be sure you guys stick around. Looks like we have no questions, no comments, no concerns. Looks like everyone knows exactly what to do for this week. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and stop the screen recording here. To anyone who is watching at a future time, to all of you guys that are watching here on the YouTube, welcome to the GCG community. Like I said, we have lots of stuff on the way for you guys, and I'm very excited to be sharing them with you all. So once again, to all those there that are watching us at a future date, peace out, you guys, and we all hope here, everyone at the GCG team hopes you guys have a wonderful, blessed Sunday, and we hope that you guys make lots of money in the markets this week. So with that being said, peace out, you guys, and I hope you all enjoyed your